You're watching the latest financial news with VEVOFX. It's Thursday, the 28th September 2023. The year 2023 has been a wild one for the global economy. It cannot get more distressing than the proposed shutdown of the US government. The world's financial markets are keeping a close eye on the US as it prepares for a government shutdown and the events that may follow. A shutdown occurs when Congress fails to approve the necessary budget bills, temporarily ceasing non-essential federal functions. The economic climate and worldwide interconnectedness mean that the effects of a shutdown will be felt far beyond the borders of the United States, even if it has happened before. The federal budget, composed of 12 yearly appropriations bills, must be passed by Congress, or a continuing resolution must be approved by September the 30th, 2023, before the conclusion of the 2023 fiscal year. Republicans are in charge of negotiations and can afford to lose no more than 5 votes in the House. Hundreds of thousands of government workers could be forced to take unpaid leave if the government were to shut down. The US dollar index, also known as DXY or DXY, which tracks the strength of the dollar, has been on a long bullish momentum. The index has increased for 10 consecutive weeks, the longest run in almost a decade. Although a government shutdown could have short and long-term effects, nobody knows if or how it will happen. A government shutdown will directly cause increased market volatility and, of course, uncertainty. Investors hate uncertainty, and a government shutdown increases that uncertainty. Investors may cause stock market fluctuations by adjusting portfolios in response to the prospective economic effects. It's common for stock and currency markets worldwide to respond to news from the United States. The dollar's value is particularly susceptible to domestic events due to its status as the world's primary reserve currency. Investors may sell dollars to purchase other currencies during a government shutdown, and conversely, the value of some other currencies may rise relative to the dollar, which could then affect trade surpluses or deficits. World trade could be affected by a US government shutdown. As a major player in international trade, the US is particularly vulnerable to economic setbacks. Delays and interruptions in global supply chains could result in damage to government agencies responsible for trade enforcement and regulations, such as Customs and Border Protection in the United States. Now, the US dollar index, the DXY, has been on the rise again this week, rising beyond 106. With the interest rate disparity continuing to influence its value significantly. However, the Detroit manufacturers' strike and a potential US government shutdown could put pressure on the dollar soon. The DXY could not find its footing in this turbulent market, and this could signify the beginning of the end for the dollar bull run. The euro and pound could see strength as a result of the shutdown, and even assets like gold, the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar. On Monday, the US dollar index opened higher than 105.50 and offered tentative signals of strength that could lead to a rise in value. The US dollar is likely to continue its medium-term uptrend if the DXY closes above the yearly high, that's near 105.88, where it currently stands. Maintaining the present DXY levels will depend heavily on US yields and the resolution of the US strike and, of course, the government shutdown. And finally, the likelihood of a government shutdown in the US on October the 1st is roughly equal to that of a coin toss. In the event of a shutdown, the value of the US dollar could drop, although any such drop would likely be mild and short-lived. The DXY may drop by about 1 to 1.5% in the weeks after the start of the shutdown, according to historical data. And similarly, in recent shutdown instances, the dollar recovered its losses 3 months after the closure began, showing that the shutdown had no lasting or significant effect on the value of the dollar. Our longer-term forecast for the US currency remains unchanged, and we anticipate a similar trend in the event of a government shutdown in the US. So let us know your expectations in the comments below. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. This has been the Quick News brought to you by VEVOFX.